in general out in the middle of nowhere?
That's what I was doing. I actually had a pistol in my hand at the time. I was really ticked off. When I was having this fit, I was waving the gun in the air, okay, and I had this fit. And at this moment, I said, okay.
He was a Louisiana man named Montaldo. Folks around called him Six Gun Joe. Worked with ICAR, don't you know? Investigating UFOs. Out for a drive with a gal one night, they stopped to check out the reporting site. When an alien lit right there on the ground, he commenced to throwing his weight around. Now, old Six Gun didn't take too kindly to that kind of thing, especially without Vaseline or anything like that, Seriously. Well, Six Gun looked that critter right in the eye and said, "Any last wish before you die?" Yo, reached for his gun, quick as a twitch, and said, "Fill your claw, you son of a bitch." Now a legend spread across the land about this pistol-waving man. But if you're from space or from Earth below, you don't give no lip to Six Gun Joe.
Tune in to UFO Undercover, Wednesdays at 8 p.m. Eastern, with your host, Joe Montaldo, right here on the Paranormal Radio Network. Welcome to UFO Undercover, with your host, Joe Montaldo.
Took forever to get through all of that. What the hell is going on here? Where did this picture come from? Oh, there's my lovely face. Okay, that's much better. How's everybody doing tonight? Strange night. I can already tell it's going to be a weird night. So I guess I got to go turn the AC on in a minute. That's the backup AC running because it is hot as hell in Louisiana right now. Today, in my construction company, I had a crew out working with us. It was in the apartment we're working, which has no power at the moment. It was 108 degrees with 100% humidity. It's kind of weird because it's hot as hell. And then you get in the shade, and it's almost like you're walking through water. It's a weird feel. I mean, you get used to it when you live down here, but it's a weird feel. I think our guest, who's going to be on in just a second, might have an idea because I was looking where he lives, and he may see some humidity from time to time. From here, yes, Carol, starting from, let me switch over the other comments too so I can see them on the. So starting around mid-May, all the way through about mid-September, it's just muggy. And, it's great because it rains in the afternoon to cool things down, which it does. It cools things down for about an hour or two, and then it's super muggy. It's literally like you can go outside around 6 p.m. and it's like walking into a sauna. And, well, James, you wouldn't see a UFO anyway because everything's steaming up all over the place. Yeah, we'll talk about that song later in the show. We got a lot going on tonight. We're going to be talking to our guests in just a few minutes. Couple of things real quick, and then we'll get into what we're here for tonight. Don't forget, guys, if you're out there working or you're seeing things or you're having strange accounts or seeing weird reports of anything like that, or just having, just in general, seeing things that you can't explain, there's lots of us to contact. And it's not just us these days. There's lots and lots and lots and lots of groups. So, you can always contact somebody local if you see a UFO or you see a Bigfoot or God knows what else you might see out there. And, Jay, what do you mean do I believe in Bigfoot? Let me tell you this. I don't not believe or believe because I've never seen one. And I'm a coon ass, okay? I don't know if y'all know what a coon ass is. I'm liable to shoot Bigfoot and take him home. Okay, so I probably will never get to see a Bigfoot because they'll be, oh no, we're not going around that dude. He might eat us. It's really strange how all of this works out. And how many reports we get. I've been in the field on and off for 40 years, not including all the radio, doing construction, and doing all the other people I talked to from being in the military and stuff. And this is something that's just never going to go away. And what's interesting about that is I see more and more and more and more people doing, how can I say this? Planetary landscapes or extraterrestrial planetary landscapes, which I find fascinating. I mean, some of them are just stupid. Some of them are really, really good. I guess you really have to be into sci-fi or fantasy might be better and have a really good idea if you wanted to go into that. We're going to ask our guest tonight, what he thinks about that, if he's ever drawn any weirdnesses like that. But anyway, we have Zaine Lodhi with us tonight. I was going to try to mess his name up again. He is the illustrator winner from Writers and Illustrators of the Future this year. Volume 38, if I remember correctly. Zaine, how are you, man?
I'm doing well, Joe. I'm doing well. How are you?
Other than going crazy, good, man. Good. So how? Wait a minute, Zaine. Where I know Zaine. Recently, I heard your name, Tom Wood. Is that where I heard your name at? Right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I just had Tom Wood on just recently, like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and he was telling me about how flippin' freaking busy he is. And then your name came up in passing. I was like, "Oh, okay, well that's good." I'm all for put these winners to work, get them out there and make them earn their keep and stuff. I've seen some talented people. This is my third one I'm hosting. I'm not hosting, but being there as press, and there have been some really talented people show up. Honestly, and this sounds like sucking up, but I really just haven't seen any really bad artwork at these. I hate to call it artwork because I know it's art, but it seems to encompass more than that, because with the fantasy and sci-fi and some of the other bringings into it, it feels a little deeper than just the word art. It probably doesn't make any sense, but
No, I agree. It's an illustration. It's a lot about the storytelling aspect. So it's a lot of story alongside just art. So it goes a little past the visual stuff.
I know it weirds me out when I'm because I'm walking around, because I've said this many times. You probably hear me say it, but I have about zero talent when it comes to art. I mean, stick man is my guy. Okay, and if it's a girl, it's a stick man with some curly stringies, whatever is hanging around it or something. I'm literally I stick airplanes and stuff like that. I just I know I'm old. I know my limitations, and one of them is I'm just not an artist. Even though my wife's daughters all can draw, I can't. I mean, it's just one of those things. So I'm always fascinated with people with that. Same thing with writers. I'm fascinated with people with that kind of talent, because it's I know it takes imagination, but it also takes skill, and it takes different levels of skill for different things. When I was talking with Tom, we were going through his fire pictures, his fire posters, I guess you should call them. And when he told me how many he sold of the Phoenix, I was like, what? 2 million? Tom, I said, we need to be better friends, man. I said, we need to be much better friends. But I mean, he went through the process of winning. But while I got to go turn to CCF, but while I'm going to do that, let everybody know how it felt to just kind of be at Illustrators this year, because you won the big prize.
Yeah, I mean, just being there was fantastic. I mean, I've never felt so at home, like with another group of people, because it's all a lot of artists who are into some similar stuff. Like, we're all into the fantasy and the world building, and we have a lot of similar interests when it comes to media, but we've also got a lot of different perspectives, because it's people from all around the world. So it's really cool just to build that community, and we still keep in touch to this day. We have group chats and everything where everyone gets together and we talk about what we're working on and stuff. I mean, it was a really fantastic experience. I mean, it was super hectic too, because every minute of every day was scheduled out, but it was all worth it because there was so much.
I know it was insane for y'all. I know it seemed like it was just insane. Artists, writers, y'all were nonstop moving the whole time. Had some great teachers there. I find it interesting because of the range of ages. When the first time I went, because everybody always refers to everybody as youngins. That's not really a true representation of what's there. I mean,
Yeah.
last year I think it was 17 to 70 or 16 to 70. The year before that it was 17 to 68. I think the year before that it was real close to that.
Yeah.
So I find it fascinating that even old people can get in there and win. I'm serious, people. You can actually get in there. It doesn't matter what age. Well, if you're too young, you can't enter. But I don't think it really matters what age you are. As long as you got the talent, it doesn't. So who did you match at the reveal? Damn, I'm tongue tied tonight. Who did you match your artwork to? What author did you match your artwork to? Sorry, I couldn't get that out for some reason.
I think her name was Azur Arthur, if I'm correct.
Yeah,
she's a
name.
Really, really nice woman. She was fantastic. Good writer. Great writer.
I know.
Draw her story.
So guys and girls at Writers of the Future and Illustrators of the Future, they match the artist to the author. Kind of a little marriage made. So the artist does the artwork for the author's story. I've got to say, I've seen 3 years of this now. I'm not exactly sure how it works out the way it does, but the majority of the artwork I see really matches the story quite well. And maybe because everybody there is gifted, I have no idea what it is. I really was looking, I'll be honest with you, I figured there was going to be some, oh my God, that doesn't match my story. I shouldn't be like that, but I did expect to see a little bit of that. And I didn't, which really, really even fascinated me more. I was kind of like, well, this says a lot to one, how professional these people are, but two, how well they pay attention to what they're reading. I liked a lot of the stories. I liked a lot of the artwork. For me, it's like a candy store because I'm not a judge. I'm not there to judge anybody. I'm not there to be mean to anybody. I'm not there to be, hostile press. I'm just there as press and to give people an understanding how they're going to deal with the real press when they get into the real world, because not everybody's as nice as I am. Trust me, I'm not even as nice as I am. It's and I want to see everybody. I figure it this way, Zane, if you made it there, you've succeeded a good bit. And I want to see all of y'all get out in the world. So any good job prospects since you won?
Yeah, I currently work 3 jobs.
Jeez.
I work.
Yeah. Me. I'm saying,
I take after Tom. Tom would help hook me up with some of these jobs, and it's like I just prefer to stay busy all the time, and I schedule out like every single day of every week so that I have time for all these jobs. So basically, I have one that's game design. I do concept art for a game, and I do 3D models for them. I do one for automotive design. So we're designing some automotive stuff I can't really talk about.
No, I understand that. Yeah.
But it's super exciting, and I get to do all the concept stuff and like build this product. And
that's nice to letting you do the concept stuff. I mean, because a lot of times, I didn't mean to cut you off, but I know a lot of times they just kind of give you something and say, okay, here, make this look like this. So I like to hear when they let you kind of do the concepts. It lets your own imaginary juices get in there. And from what I'm looking at now, you got some. Go ahead.
Yeah. Basically, as long as my imaginative juices don't go too far and make something like out of this world, I can just kind of get away with making some cool stuff that is somewhat functional.
So, I mean, I know Tom pretty well now. Him and I have hung out a little bit and partied a little bit and talked a little bit. And I like the guy. I think he's a great guy. We have a lot of fun when we're hanging out. We get in trouble. But he is a really good guy. And I know he has to think you're talented just to help you out. Because I know he has an eye for this. By the way, Tom Wood is one of the judges. Not one of the judges, I apologize. He's one of the instructors at the conference. Damn, I am just brain dead tonight, guys. Anyway, at Writers of the Future, Tom Wood does some of the classes for these guys who won. Him and Echo and Larry. Larry Niven, Echo, Tom, and there was somebody else. Oh, I'm forgetting somebody. Shame on me. But anyway, they're there to help these guys to really move forward. And I know Tom well enough to know if he's given Zaine a helping hand here, he really likes him. And I got to say, guys, Tom works for some really big names. I'm not going to go dropping names because I don't know if he wants me to or not. But I'll tell you this, you can find out for yourself. About 4 weeks ago, Tom Wood and I did an interview, and we got a lot of his artwork up there. And he talked about some of his clientele. Very impressive. Very impressive. Yes. Him and Echo both. I mean, they have a good clientele. They work hard. And here comes Zaine. He's going to be right along with them. So, I mean, how did it feel for him to even talk to you about this? Because there was, 11 other illustrators there.
I mean, it was amazing. I just kind of forced myself into speaking like with every judge and like being in with every judge. Like as soon as I met Larry Elmore, because I like to talk to people in person, especially.
Yeah.
I love to run my mouth.
Oh, Larry's great. Oh, yeah, man, he's great.
Right after his conference, everyone was like lining up to ask him questions, and then they're just asking him like technical questions and asking him about his life story and stuff like that. And at the end of the line, I was the last one there. I said, "Hey, you hungry? You want to go get lunch?" And we went out and got lunch.
That's the way to do it, though. Were you there tonight? Him and I and Tom were drinking on the balcony I think it was in Larry's hotel room, actually.
Yeah. Well,
that was you. Yeah, that's what I thought. See, that's the way to be. Because, okay, guys, girls, y'all don't take this the wrong way, but just Zaine was in the right place at the right time. Well, one, you're pervy to get to hear a lot of stuff because we're all, we've been drinking and cutting up and acting, just talking. And there's a lot of stuff that gets said, and you get to get in the middle of it. So that means everybody gets familiar with you. They get comfortable with you. So if your work's as good as your personality, you're kind of moving yourself in. It's a good way of doing it. I'm just saying, people, don't drive these people crazy, but you have to stand out. I mean, so Zaine is, for me, I know Tom's been there for 3 years judging illustrators. I'm not judging illustrators, but helping them. So that's 36 illustrators that he had to choose from, and he chose Zaine. That's pretty serious, guys. And like I said, the man has a pretty serious clientele list. So he's not looking for, wimpy little artists. And I'm not going to say, but I'm just saying that's not what he's looking for. So, but you have to endear yourself to people. It's the way it works. It's like any other business in the world, and once you do that and people see that you not only you have the talent, but you have the other skills, then, as long as you don't F it up, you're in good shape. And because, that's what I said. I kind of remembered you, and was there drinking. I wasn't there for any other reason, and I remembered you. So that just tells you did a good job, by the way.
Yeah.
Because I know Larry and Tom and I were talking about you the next day. By the way, it was nothing bad either. It was a chit chat, but it was nothing bad. And I would tell you if it was.
Like you said, it's important. It's really important to put yourself out there. Like as an artist, it means a lot to have a great portfolio. But again, reiterating on what you said, it's super, super important just to be a cool person and to be really good to talk to, because communication is one of the most important things when you start working in the industry, when you're on a team. If people know you can communicate and you can communicate ideas really well and follow up with people and have open dialogue, it's a huge plus, it's a huge hiring point.
It is. And I tell this to people all the time because of the different businesses I'm in. You being bashful more than likely will not get you ahead. I don't mean people you got to go out there and be completely, a-hole aggressive, but you have to endear yourself to people if you want them to take you serious. And I mean, artwork is great, but like we just said, there was 36 illustrators there, so it has to be more than just the artwork that brings you across the finish line. That's any business. When I'm competing, because in a construction company, when I'm competing for bids, I have to make, other than the price, I have to make myself stand out from the rest of the contract. The same thing when I'm doing radio or interviews. You have to stand out from everybody else. So if you don't, then you're just one of a million. And that's not what I want to be. And I can tell that's not what Zaine wants to be either. Now, Zaine, wait. I'm looking, while I'm talking to you, I've been looking at this artwork over here. Where is this? Is this the cover? Where do I know this one from?
Oh, that's from the Illustrators of the Future. That's the image of that one.
Oh, yeah. Okay. See, I knew it. It's but people, I see so much stuff. That's why. But I recognize it right off the bat when I seen it. This is for the story. See, now, guys, now y'all seeing this. Now, can y'all figure out what the story was? Aha, that's the question. Huh? Work on it. Actually, y'all can find out. It's the anthology is Writers of the Future. It's in volume 38. And it's, I think, coming out like now, actually. No, I think it's the 23rd. But anyway, it's coming out real soon. I do have an autographed copy. I got two One of them's going to get given away for whoever sends the next case of books in to give away to these schools. But I do have a couple. I got a couple of more unsigned versions of 30. I don't know where they keep coming from. I don't. Somebody keeps sending me, but it's not Tom. I mean, it's not John, because John tells me when he's going to send me stuff. He'll call me on the phone or he'll text me, Joe, I'm going to send you some books. I'm like, okay. Because we gave away a lot of Mission Earth last year and a lot of Battlefield Earth last year. We gave a bunch of them away. And they looked like this one right here, actually. Aha, see? It looked like this one right here. And Battlefield Earth in the little baby book, as I call it. Look, people, look how thick this book is. This is 100,000 words. Lord have mercy. This, hold on one quick before we get back into what we're into. This is the volume that Zaine is in, with the big mammoth on there. And you see the little paper, that means it's got his signature in there somewhere. It's so anyway, guys, those are things that y'all can get your hands on and read. Reading's a good thing. You mean behind me? Those are all the great philosophers. Yeah, I've read every one of them too, by the way. It's and there's actually some of the great stories and things like that are in there as well. I like to read every once in a while. So this was from I was going to ask you what's behind this, but then this is from the story itself. Wait, let's go back to the beginning. Where was I? Let me out. Let me out, computer. Be nice to me. All right. Look, see, Zaine's a good looking guy too. Look at this.
Yeah,
good looking guy out there. Yeah, right, monkey boy. I seen that comment. Yeah. Just because he's good looking though. Anyway, we ain't going in there. So these, I see you got a lot of work up here. So we're just going to click this one and go there and see. Aha. The last stuff. So what is this? Was this for a book, or this was just something you were doing?
Yeah. This was for a book that I published myself. Well, I haven't fully published it, but I did print a hard copy just to have.
That's cool.
It was for my thesis for when I graduated college just a few months ago. So basically, it's like this big anthology of like artwork that I've done and concept pieces for this world that I'm building. I'm still working on it more because it's a really fun project, and I want to do some more.
Cool looking pic.
Yeah.
I see a lot of stuff going on in here.
Yeah. It's this like world where all the magic users kind of explode like a big nuke, and they tear the world apart. These big rifts in between land masses. That this conductor woman is building a railroad track that goes through these rifts to connect these places.
Kind of reminds me of what's his name? I think he's got a new movie coming out. Oh man, the wizard guy, y'all, and the that's what happens when you get old. Your memory goes. It's well, no, they just got a new movie coming. I don't know why I can't remember him. No, he's in the Marvel universe. Yeah, the one with the cape. Well, they all got capes. I was going to say the one with the cape, but they all got damn capes.
Oh, Doctor Strange.
Doctor Strange. Thank you.
Yeah.
So this new one, where the multiverse is going on, it kind of gives me that kind of multiverse feel about it, to be honest with you. When I first seen it, that's what I got, because first you see whatever's going on right here, then you see some stuff going on down here, and then all through here. But then when you get in and you start looking, you can kind of see where it almost looks like separations in it.
Yeah, it's like a rift into another dimension.
Yeah, because it looks like you're pulling through here. You got the little vortexes coming out on the sides, and I'm very detail oriented, Christopher. You should know that by now. I wouldn't be in the fields I'm in if I wasn't. Anyway, y'all are a pain in the ass tonight. That's all I can tell you. Now this looks like a place I lived when I was young. It kind of does, man. I hate to say it kind of does. A little caboose. Oh, now was you just sitting at home one day and you just decided to draw this engine with a caboose hook to it, or is that just built onto it? It's cool looking, whatever the hell it is.
It's hooked up. I think I've got an image somewhere in that deck, like in the previous one, that has all of like the train put together. But yeah, basically it's like this train that she built. This is part of that same sequence of images, part of my thesis. And this is just like a nice calm scene where they're chilling out on this beach, where instead of palm trees, you got these gigantic cactuses everywhere, and the beach is just covered in cactuses.
I know, it's cool looking, and like this one's got a lot going on in it too. See, I like things that are subtle but yet are busy, if you know what I mean. Well, because it's a difference. I see busy pictures, and busy pictures don't usually do it for me. It's like, where's Waldo? Oh, I was reading this thing today about this guy cropped out Where's Waldo out of the picture and sent it to all of his friends. Dude, that was cruel, man. That was just cruel. I'm sorry, I don't know. It popped into my head. All of that. That's the useless information, people. But I'm thinking, you know what? I was like, damn. If that's one of my friends, I'd have to go slap him or something. I'm like, but that's what I mean. Where Waldo's a busy picture. You're like, wow. But I like pictures that are busy, but they don't seem busy. There's lots of stuff going on, but it doesn't, just make your eye jump all over the picture. You can subtly cross through and look at the different things as you're going through, like anything from like the flowers on the cactuses, to the birds in the sky, to just the clothes blowing in the breeze, which you definitely set them with the blowing breeze. You can see the way they are. And things like that, you're just looking, her sitting there with her thing, with her gloves on, with her head. I mean, it's not just a lot going on. And then the big cactus behind it, and whatever the little looks like a bright cheer.
Yeah.
Oh, people, don't start with the accent. It's
extra stuff whenever you look. It's nice little extras. They're not super important, but if you look at it for long enough, you'll start seeing some stuff.
That kind of stuff I really enjoy, because it's just, for me, it's more fun to look at. It's something I can enjoy. I like color. It's one of the things I was talking with Echo and Tom about. I really like their uses of color. It's something that I really, really enjoyed looking at. Hell, stop sending me StreamYard things, people. I'm on StreamYard. Why are y'all sending me stuff to StreamYard? Is it going to be one of these kind of days where y'all are all on crack or something? I'm going to start calling y'all the crack chat room is what's going to happen next. I can see it coming. Hold on. I want to send something to somebody right quick while we're doing this, because they want to see Mr. Zaine's artwork. Well, I'll say I want to do that. Will it let me? These computers are getting weird as I get old. Mark, I've seen your artwork, dude. No, don't even bother submitting to Illustrators, and just don't. You'd be wasting everybody's time. I know I'm being mean, dude, but you draw like I do. You draw stickman. Get over yourself. Some of us are talented and some of us are not, and you and I are not artists. Deal with it. You know what? Send me something. I'll post it up here, and Zane can look at it and tell you if you're an artist or not. Yeah, that's what I thought. Big chicken. Big chicken. See, now this is that same sequence, right? Because I see the train coming up.
Yep.
I like this this barrel on the front. I don't know why. I just, for something about that, I like that.
Yeah. And in one of my diagrams in my book, I have a thing where it shows it opening up, and it lets these little tracks out. So it lays the tracks out in front of the train. So the tracks kind of come out of this barrel. They're all coiled up inside of the barrel.
I like the way that all looks. And see this, now I'm seeing what this roof was in this other one here. I can see it better for what it was being used for. And I see how you got it all hooked up. The cars are all hooked together.
Yeah, it's like a cabin.
Whatever we got going on over here. And, I thought that was a squirrel for a minute. Like, what the hell is that? just ignore me, people. I'm having fun. It's so I mean, this was for your thesis, so PhD or
no thesis is basically in Ringling.
Oh, okay.
In your first getting your bachelor's, getting your illustration degree.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember when I got my bachelor's, yeah.
Yeah, the final semester is thesis. So you just make this book that you plan out for the semester, and you kind of print it out and have like this nice little collection of cohesive work.
Yeah, it is, dude. And this is stuff, you could probably use in the future for other things. It's just, I like the way it's done. It's you got the smoke dragging behind the train, and I didn't realize it first, but it's actually pulling much further back than I thought. When I look, it looks like it cuts, but then I notice it's pulling way. You got it dragging way back behind it.
Yeah,
that's just cool looking. Well, no, people. I mean, it's cruising. There's the guy's going to eat y'all if y'all don't behave. Yeah, that's the tooth fairy, people. Yeah, see, if you don't keep your teeth, this who comes and visits you. Yeah, I think I'm kidding you. And there's his minions, the tooth fairy's minions. See, this looks like something like you would see as a toy or something somewhere.
Yeah. It's a 3D model that I made for just for fun. It's a little style test because there's this game called Darksiders Genesis, and they have this neat little creature, and I can't find the model anywhere online, so I just decided to make the model
Just me.
myself. And I
Uh,
sent it out to one of the concept artists who made the original artwork that the model was supposed to be based off of. And I was like, hey, I'm going to make this model for this thing. He's like, that's super cool. Send it to me. And that's pretty nice to get to talk to that guy.
oh yeah, you ought to get you a 3D printer, man. You can print these things. It's I got a friend of mine who does that. He gets bored and goes and draws and does 3D artwork, and then he turns them into 3D plastic artwork. I'm like, really? Some of it looks really cool. Some of them, like, he just recently printed a gun. I'm like, Jesus,
Oh,
dude, you can. I told him, I said, you know, it's illegal now. You better go register that damn thing. And no, really, people, it works. Yeah, no, it's all plastic except for the firing pin and one other piece, and that's it. And these are pieces you can slide in and out. In other words, you could put the pieces in a pen, like in an ink pen that you're carrying with you. Nobody would ever know the difference. And the gun itself is pure plastic. It looks like a toy until you load it and shoot somebody with it. It's freaky. Who would have thought a plastic gun? I mean, and you can do it off a 3D printer of all things.
that's crazy.
You know, the first time I heard that, I told him, you're so fully, you know what? And he said, no, let me show you. And I was like, no, that's when I thought I told him it was illegal. I think that's when I told him. See, there's all kind of stuff going on in here. I mean, the more I look, the more I see.
Yeah.
What do you mean, Jag? So what do you mean? Oh, Jag, where are you from? British Columbia. Hey, man, what's up? You calling from the other side of the country, or I should say, you know, not this country, but the other side of your country. What's up? Oh, what do you mean toy? Oh, so Jack's wanting to know if you could turn these into like toys or destings or paperweights or stuff like that.
Yeah, especially that one that you got pulled up, that little blobfish creature. Those things I could just pop into whatever program to 3D print them. They're pretty much ready to be printed. He's already got a little stand and everything to chill on. So if you wanted as like a tabletop mini or something, you could print that guy out and just toss him and be like, yep, this is a toy now.
It's cool looking. It's oh, sorry for that. It's and again, he agrees. There's a lot going on in there. Yeah, there's all kind of little stuff in there, man. The more you look, the more you see.
I love all the little things, like the intricacies.
Yeah, he's like me. He likes to see. Well, no, I like, you know. Again, it's busy, but it's not making your head jump all over the place. Look what's going on here. Now, what's this for?
This is for a group project that I was leading a couple semesters ago, where basically we were designing this instance in a game, and basically it's this cult that worships architecture, and they replace their body parts with like these stone prostheses and stuff. So you've got like these weird cultist guys that have like roof shingles on their shoulders, or like a pagoda on their head, and just crazy stuff like that.
Damn.
Yeah, scroll down, you can see some more of the stuff. There's a lot of concept stuff that goes into this.
Oh yeah, look at it. There you go.
Yeah, there's a breakdown for a modeler, like the arm function is broken down. So if anybody wanted to 3D model it, it has all the pieces that you need.
There y'all goes, guys. Y'all get into all kind of stuff. Oh, what's this thing?
Yeah, it's a big giant like fire cannon that has these like arms that push itself forward, and it's got these. Have you ever seen the wind beasts? Like those mechanical things this guy makes that just like walk along the beach like automatically, like the wind just pushes them forward.
It's that's just, yeah, no, that's cool. Yeah, that's just, we're just going through as we're looking. Why? Wait, who? No. You think somebody else? No, Jenny, wrong person. No, it's just not the same person. Trust me, I know. I interviewed both of them. Anyway, yeah, you think you can draw? Y'all, you know what, people? If y'all think y'all can draw, okay, or you have any artistic abilities at all, there's this little thing called Writers and Illustrators of the Future Award. So you can submit 4 times a year. And if you win, well, you'll get to come on here and go everywhere else. There's lots of press involved in this. You might get a job, might get a good paying job. You're definitely going to get some money. Now, see, Zaine won the big one. He won. So there's 12 winners. And there's 12 winners. It's 12 every year. And then at the end of the year, there's 2 big winners, that win for the whole group. So there's one illustrator that's picked out, and there's one author that's picked out, and they're the big winners. And then there's quarterly winners. Yeah, there's one winner that's picked above the rest of them, and a quarterly winner. Yes, it's easy to submit. It's easy to get involved. Now, as far as winning, they got a lot of talent that submit, so y'all gonna really have to put your A game on. It's not for amateurs. You know, it is for amateurs, but it's really not. That's the only way I can say, because I've seen a lot of amateur illustrators and artwork in my time, and frankly, these people are far above that. They're working much harder. They're taking their work much more seriously. I don't really see anybody, whether they're author or illustrator, that is there just to be, how can I say this politely, a dumbass. They're serious. They're all there to be serious. They're all wanting to see what can come out of this. And being a winner for writers and illustrators, it can help your career. Oh, I know several. Yeah. Go ahead. I'm sorry. It's that's well, Tom, would just go over to YouTube and you can see all the stuff over there. Yeah. Just type in UFO Undercover Tom Wood. That's all you have to do. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then Echoes the week before that, and that poor woman, for a whole year I called her Eco. I'm surprised she didn't beat me in the head and knock me out or something. So let me ask you this, Zane, before we're going to look some more artwork in a minute. But so now I know you had, so Larry was there as a teacher, and so was Echo, and so was Tom. So how different are these three? Because I mean, I know them all pretty well now. So it's I mean, as far as their teaching style, the art style, what do you feel is the differences between them? Because they're great, and they all liked you, so that's a plus.
Yeah, I mean, they were incredibly different. I mean, Larry's been through it all, and he's just about like at the end of his career, where it's like he just makes all the stuff he wants to make because he's already like succeeded so much that his work kind of just like gives him a ton of money, so he just like can chill and make all this great artwork. So he talks a lot about his life and like his career and what was happening back in the day. Tom Wood talks a lot about merchandising your stuff, and he talks a lot about using Photoshop in some interesting ways with like channel masks and stuff, and gives a lot of technical advice. And also he's got some really cool stuff to say about like ICP and like all that cool stuff, those people. And Echo is very business oriented. She's a great businesswoman, so she talks a lot about business in her talks. So it's really interesting to hear all this different perspectives. And Craig, even though he wasn't here like physically, he was really interesting to hear about. He was a super cool guy. I mean,
he was.
Talked about a lot of like visual development, concept art in film, because he did a lot of stuff for like B Movie and I think The Book of Life, and they're actually really, really beautiful concept pieces.
I call him the Dean Martin of Illustrators. I better watch him. I'm getting in trouble. Oh, and then there was Michael Talbot too. Was there?
Oh yeah, Michael is awesome. I didn't know he was a judge. Was he a judge?
Nah, he was a past winner. I'm not. He was. I don't know. He was there to be teaching. I don't think he was actually a judge though.
Yeah. Michael was awesome.
Yeah, because he did 2 classes while he was there. Because I sat in on one of them, and him and I did a couple of interviews together. But I sat in on one. I was sitting in on the one where he was talking about doing the wall art on the side of that building.
Yeah,
he was talking about how he did it with the laser. And yeah, see people. So there's a lot. If you're listening to this and you are trying to learn this, as you're hearing, there's a lot of technical stuff here. Now we were talking about technical stuff in the illustrating art world, like using lasers or other things. But there also is more than that. You have to understand financing. You have to understand business. Like Echo has a virtual gallery for her stuff. You can shop in her virtual gallery, look at her artwork, stuff like that. It's just these people are in it to do their passion, which is art and illustrating, but they're also here to make money. There's nothing wrong with making money off your passion. And actually, it's a better way of doing it. The more you love something, if you can make money off, it's even better. It's always going to be better than just having some half-ass job somewhere that you hate, that you got to go to every day. This is a much better way to do it. And as you just heard Zane saying, they're teaching you all the different aspects of this. Well, actually, Tom is a businessman. He owns a cattle ranch up there where he lives. I'm not going to say where he lives because y'all don't need to know that. But he's also used his wife as a model. Oh, his wife is gorgeous, so he knows. I've already told him that. No, what the hell? People are weird, man. Why don't you go? Oh, it's if you want to get me in the other chat, go to UFO Paranormal Radio YouTube or God's Extraterrestrials on YouTube or International Public YouTube, and those go directly to into the StreamYard chat. Yeah, they drop straight in. Most of what I'm getting tonight is messenger stuff. So from one of my Facebook, from all my Facebook pages. Well, they're all tied together now. Even my phone messengers is all tied together. Well, no, LinkedIn isn't, but Instagram and all this. TikTok. I'm not going on TikTok, people. Get back. TikTok is evil. It's evil. No, I'm just teasing y'all. It's just another thing to look at. So this guy kind of looks like a scarecrow. I'm getting ready to go to the next one. He's got this like bird scarecrow evil bastard look to him or her. I'm not even sure if it's he or her guy. But
yeah, it's a him. You can scroll down. You can see some more of the concept work for him, so you can see what he actually is.
I like the colors in this one.
Yeah, he's like this monkey man. He's carries around this explosive jar. And he's got this tribal mask on.
He could be a djinn, people. For all y'all crazy djinn lovers out there. Well, look, you see, he could be climbing out of this, that. Yeah. Could be a drum or a vase. So either way y'all want to do it. Mm-hmm. I'm just, if you start getting weird mails from these people watching us tonight, we got, I don't know what we got. We got some strangers coming in tonight, though. They do that when I get too far away from certain topics. They get a little. Ooh, I like this one too. Now I know you're busy because now you picked up some work and Tom's introduced you and you picked up some stuff. But I was telling some of the other people, so many of these gaming companies, including this one that came to New Orleans, is looking for illustrators. They're looking for authors. They're looking for illustrators. They're also looking for tech people. If you know programming people, if you don't know how to program, they're looking for that as well. But these are the kind of stuff you see in a lot of these fantasies and a lot of stuff just like this. This could be like Conan on steroids, man.
Yeah. I mean, Conan's already on steroids.
That's true. All right. Extra double steroids. Anyway. Yeah, Conan was probably already on steroids back in the day. I won't even argue that fact. He was a big old boy. I mean, he still is pretty big even today.
Yeah. No, I'm definitely interested in the gaming field. That's why I do a lot of the work that I do, because I'm like, yep, this is what I've wanted to do for a long time. Like ever since I was a kid, I've wanted to work in games. Like I kind of just knew what I was going to do, and I was like, yep, no matter what, I'm doing this. So it's been really nice. So,
you have a favorite medium you like to work with? I mean, some people tell me they like using the computer. Some people say they like sketching. Some people, Echo says she likes to paint oil.
Yeah,
I mean, I know she don't get a chance to do it a lot because there's not as much money in it, but still.
Yeah. I mean, my first love was oil painting because that's where a lot of artists get their traditional background.
Mm-hmm.
But personally, I think in terms of the results and like what I can do faster, I prefer digital. I really do enjoy digital. I mean, sometimes it's like complete hell to get a piece out, but sometimes it is really, really, most of the time it's very rewarding and you get a cool result. So I like digital a lot. It's what I generally work in, and it's the industry standard for most game studios.
Well, that's the way to do it. It's because at least half of all the illustrators I've interviewed say they prefer digital art. They all, don't get me wrong, ladies and gentlemen, all of them can paint and all of them can sketch, but at least half said they preferred working. Now, I will say this: all of them said they knew how to work in it. So that tells you right there, it's something you need to know if you're going to be an artist. Let me rephrase that. It's something you need to know if you want to be an artist that's going to make money. How's that? Well, because, I mean, anybody can go oil paint, and you can go down to French Quarter. They got a bunch of people down there. They charge $100 to paint your portrait while you're sitting there, anything you ask for. And they're quite good. I'm not even saying they're bad, but, if that's what you want to do for a living. Or, there are oils used for like the Mardi Gras posters. They still use oils to make the screens for the posters. So you can do that. But I mean, it's just, there's not going to be as big a demand as there is for what we're talking about right now.
Yeah. When it
comes
to like concept art and stuff for games and for films and for a lot of things. Generally, digital is the way to go because it's the fastest way that you can iterate. Because with traditional, a lot of the times, if you mess something up, you end up having to redo the entire thing or go through like these long, arduous processes. Both digital, you can kind of just erase it out and replace it with something new or photo bash it or do whatever you need to do.
Okay, man. You look like you was having some issues this night, man. If y'all looking at there's a lot going on in this picture, guys. I know a lot of y'all, and there's a lot of subtle things going on in this picture if you take your time and look at it. It's this guy looks like Yoda on crack, though. Not Yoda. I mean Jabba the Hutt. I'm sorry, I got the wrong guy in my brain.
Oh yeah. He is kind of like Jabba. He's like a Jabba, except he's got legs. He's big, fat.
Yeah, he does have legs. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know what made him draw. You have to ask Zaine, not me. Yes. When you want a question pointed at Zaine, just say this is for Zaine. It's easy. Yes. There you go.
So is the question?
They just wanted to know what inspired you to make this. What was the thought behind this when you decided to do this?
Oh, this was a job for a mod project for a Warhammer game. So basically, they hired me to do this big, crazy, like demonic creature that's like spewing dudes out of its guts. And I was like, yep, I can do that. And it was really, really fun to paint. And I did it while I was up in North Carolina, like visiting, just like having a nice vacation. It was really relaxing. And I just got to paint this crazy thing. It was nice.
So, mom, dad, anybody glad you're an artist?
Yeah, I mean, my dad said, do whatever you want to do as long as you're successful. So as long as I keep pursuing success and keep getting better and better and better, yeah, I'm sure you'll continue to be happy with my decision. And my mom's always been super supportive of me. My parents really, really support me.
That's a plus. Let me tell you what, that's a plus. Not everybody's parents do.
Yeah.
I met a few people over the years, and even some of the interviews, people say, "Oh, you mean my dad?" I'm like, no, they thought I was crazy. My dad said, "Go get a real job." He said, "Now I make 4 times what my dad makes." Buy him a car, he'll be happy. That'll prove you were right, and you don't have to be mean about it. It's okay. This looks like this might be something for a game right here.
Yeah, this is style exploration from my sophomore year of college. Or I think actually first semester of junior year. And basically we had to copy the style of a game, and we chose World of Warcraft, and we built an environment around it. And I had a few other group members who did other pieces, which I wish I could have those on there too so we could see them all together. But this is my piece from the project.
Yeah.
So we had to plan everything out, all these little pieces, all these modular things. Kind of put
people y'all should. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you up. People y'all should recognize is like 90% of y'all play World of Warcraft. I'm probably the only person that's on this show tonight that hasn't. I know. Yeah, don't ask why. I was into something else at the time. That's all. But I love any kind of game. I was, that's why my son's such a gamer. When he grew up, we were gaming our butts off. But I started out with Commodore 64, and then man, I remember we got Sega 64-bit. I was like, oh my God, what is this? And then, of course, Sony came out, and that was pretty cool. Now the freaking games are outstanding. Half them consoles as powerful as some of the computers out there today.
Yeah, I mean, have you ever tried out EverQuest? That's like way old.
EverQuest. Actually, I think I had played EverQuest. Somebody else I knew used to play it. For some reason, I just don't know about this one. Why? I was. You know what I was doing? A friend and I were playing Civ at the time, and we were we were playing online Civ. I think we were on 3 and we're going through 4 and 5. We started with 3, but I think we were going through all of them. But we had this big online group that played, and most people don't realize it, but a 64 country Civ game can last weeks. And, it's not like you're just going to play the game. It's not how it works, and they're way complicated, which I really like complicated games. But I was into it. But I remember when World of Warcraft came out because my oldest stepdaughter loves it, and so does my grandson. They just love it. They just play it all. They still play it, and they were hooked on it. They were trying to get me. I said, "Wow, I can't really do 2 at one time because World of Warcraft is a fairly involved game in itself." And I was like, well, one insanity at a moment, because I had a career and jobs and radio stations to run, so I had to kind of limit. But I've always liked gaming, so it doesn't really matter. If it's a decent game, decently done, I'll probably play it. It's eventually I'll get around to this one too.
Lucky for me, like as an artist that works in the games industry, I can just like play games and they become tax write-offs because they're
all right. That's just a cheat, man. Don't stop me bragging now, man.
Inspiration in quotes. So I just get games written off.
Well, that's a good thing, though. I mean, we was talking about, that's one of the things Dean and I were talking about at this year's thing, what you can write off and what you can't as an artist or a writer. What kind of stuff can you write off? There's a lot you can write off. People, wait, what's going on over here? Is that arms and legs hanging out of that? What is that?
Oh yeah. This is like a clown that is like made up of children's bodies. Like they kind of just like fuse together.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's really grisly, but I thought he was really cool.
All these alien people are going to be cussing you, man.
There's a lot of fun like things going on. It's like in his animation sketches on the right, it's like he kind of just falls on his face and it looks goofy, and then he just gets up, like the arms and legs push up, and he starts crawling at you like an insect. It's really freaky.
Yeah, I bet you it is freaky. Well, half the people listening tonight don't like clowns to start off with. So.
Oh, I love clowns. I've been like way into clowns since I was a kid. I don't know why. I always thought they were super cool.
It's a weird thing with people that have experiences. They freak them out for some reason. That and Raggedy Ann and Andy's do too. I don't know what that's about. That's weird stuff.
Yeah,
that would freak out anybody there.
Yeah, if you scroll down, I have like a whole circus full of people. After the 3 that you looked down and saw, there's a full like different critters. Yeah.
Oh, where'd they go? Oh, this computer sometimes. People, that's computer error. That's not computer error. That's operator error. Sorry. That's Joe's fat fingers clicking the wrong button.
Yeah, so you got like people in mascot costumes. You got a clown that's like hand is a balloon. He floats on it. It's all like bloated up. You got a clown whose hand is like a meat hammer. You got an ice cream man who's literally a man made out of ice cream.
Oh, yeah, see, actually, if you're having a hard time seeing it, just hit expand on your screen and it'll pop it all the way up. Yeah, it'll blow it up. Yeah, full screen, everything's in great detail. But if you're just trying to watch this on the little screen that's on StreamYard, it's going to have a hard time seeing. Just hit at the bottom right down there's a button, and boom, and look, bam. Now we're on full screen now. Even though I don't need to be, I'll need to be because I got another screen I'm looking at. I know. Huh? How long have you been listening to this show? I'm just saying, man. You've been a long time. Should have been on here for 25 years now. Let's get it straight, people. Actually, I shouldn't even give them a hard time. In the old days, we did it totally different. And then we switched over to Skype, and now we use StreamYard. It's this guy looks badass. He looks like he might hurt somebody.
Yeah, that was actually a way old piece. That one's still in there, but that was from sophomore year of college. It was a commission I did for someone. This portrait of this like cyberpunk like gas mask dude. Kind of interesting.
Yeah, because it kind of looks familiar for some reason, it probably just looks like something. There's so much of these pieces with their faces covered up. And what do you mean you don't know what steampunk is, Mike?
This is more cyberpunk, away from the steampunk stuff. A little more actual technology, more like neon lights and crazy stuff.
Oh, you don't know that? Well, look it up. Look both of them up. Yeah, that way you can have a better understanding. Yeah, it's you're not into this kind of stuff. That's why. Well, like for illustrators and writers, what are the categories? I know there's sci-fi and there's fantasy and there's several other categories. No, they're actually kind of strict people about blood and gore and sex. Yeah, I would say writers that features more like PG-17 or no, maybe not even that, maybe PG-13 or something.
Yeah, I'd say more like PG-13 is the demographic, because I think it's the book at the end of the day is like a YA type of book, so it's like age range of like 12 to 19, something like that, 17, I think, something like that.
Yeah, they do. Well, anybody can read them, and there's a lot of great stories in there, and there's a lot of stories in there that were expanded, could make good movies. But he's right. Really, these are really just a catch. Well, it's to help get people to read. One of the reasons I work for these people, and I shouldn't say work for them, but, or deal with them, is because I'm big on literacy. And I live in the deep South where literacy is actually an issue. Not as big as an issue as it used to be, but it still is an issue. So it's all about, you want to get kids to read, but boring manuals are just that. If you can give them something interesting, they'll read. And then they'll want more to read. And hell, these may become future writers and illustrators of the future. But you got to give them something. And you can't just give them, a notebook and say, here, read, or some, book you'd have for school. No, you need. See, I was lucky. I went to private school, so I grew up with the classics. We had to do a book report every week on the classics. So it helped me to develop. And my school also took us to ballets and concerts and rock concerts and all sorts of stuff. So it helped me to develop this. But a lot of schools don't offer that. So these are ways to help people to start to develop an interest in these things. And sci-fi is just a good thing. And when I say sci-fi, people, before you write to me, when I say sci-fi, I mean every damn thing that falls under the umbrella of that. To me, it encompasses a lot. At least another 30 categories. Well, it can be horror too. There's sci-fi horror, man. There's sci-fi everything. But fantasy is fantasy. You can separate the two. You can do sci-fi fantasy, or you can do a movie or a book that's kind of fantasy, kind of sci-fi, or kind of both. Yes, there's no rules for that kind of stuff. You can't be a publisher of it. You can't be published and making money off of it. And for the books, it has to be 17,000 words or less. What is it for the illustrators? What's the guidelines for the illustrators to join? Because I know not everybody can submit.
Yeah, for illustrators, basically, it's just I think 3 pieces, and it can't have like excessive gore, nudity, or anything. But there's not too many requirements for the actual illustration submissions. It's just all of like the stringent stuff comes when you move into the next round, when you are assigned a writer's story, and you have to have art direction from the judges.
I recognize this guy, man. Who's this guy? Yeah. So wait, since this picture's up, any warning that you were going to win?
No, not really. Everyone was really tight-lipped about it. I didn't know whether or not I was going to win.
That's a damn Joni won't say anything. I love Joni to death, man, but she got all the good stuff, man. If people, it'd take me all night to explain who Joni is, but basically, Joni's the contest coordinator, and she's the one that calls you and says you won, or you didn't win, or you won honorable mention or something. But she's the one. And she's the one that knows everything going on. Also, she's my babysitter when I'm there. They always put me at the table with her to keep an eye on, keep me out of trouble. Joni's tough, man. She play around, guys. And the only way you're going to get to meet Joni is if you win. I mean, look at this man's face up. This man is just happy. I know, huh? Well, guys, they flew him out there. They gave him some money. They gave him a trophy. They gave him some luggage to put all this stuff in to bring back with him.
Yeah, it's the biggest suitcase I've ever seen. It's huge. It's a humongous suitcase for that gigantic trophy.
That trophy's heavy, people. I held that trophy. That thing's bigger than y'all think it is. It's heavier than you think it is for sure. Someone had some other pictures of it from over at Writers of the Future. Well, not that exact one, but one just like. Well, you got to win. That's all I can tell you. You got to win. You got to enter to win. And if you win, that's you be able to. This is Hollywood. We're in Hollywood right now. We're at a gala. You see, he's in a tux. Yes. And I was in a tux. Everybody there was well dressed. Women in gowns, men in tuxes. Not everybody. Some people got a little colorful with their tuxes, we'll just say. Especially Todd. Todd loves to have a colorful tux. But that's the only way you can get there. And right now, there's a room packed of people staring at him right now. People like the guy who owns Comic-Con, Utah, the Fantasy Fest, some people who run computer companies and gaming companies were there. There was also actors and actresses there as well. The guy from 21 Jump Street was there. A couple of other people were there. It's a lot of contact. Plus, there was tons of media there, including a lady I met 2 years ago who's a friend of mine now who runs it's a Chinese media outfit, 550 million viewers. I know, isn't that crazy? And I'm happy to have 14 million. I know. I was like, damn. So this is all exposure. Do you know how much money you'd have to spend to get the exposure you would get it if you won this? I don't think y'all have any idea how much it would cost to get to this kind of exposure on your own. But again, Zaine's smart. He knows. He learned. Must have learned early on that being nice to people and paying attention to what you're saying and being chatful, for lack of a better way of saying it, is a way to go. Y'all should. I mean, listening to him talk tonight, y'all should pay attention, because if you're up and coming, this is a shortcut. That was a bad word, actually, but it is a shortcut. But I don't like calling it that.
It kind of is. It's a little booster. I mean,
it's a bad word. Let's see what we got here. Right, we got more of these. Now these. Oh, look at this good-looking guy, man! Damn. We're gonna have to save this one and put it up on for the picture tonight. What do you mean? Is he? Oh, I knew that question was gonna come in tonight. I don't know if he's married. I don't know if he likes guys or girls. So how do I know if he's married?
I've got a girlfriend for 3 years.
Back off the boy, man. The young man. Get back, you nasty women, you. It's funny, but almost every show or every other show, someone asks if the guest is married. I was like, is there that many single people? Are y'all that desperate out there, you single people? It's getting scary, man. It's getting scary. Oh man, they were in love with Tom. Somebody said, "I'll pay you for his phone number." I said, "Yeah, whatever." I said, "That's never gonna happen." I was like, Oh, there we go. The big group here. The other big winner. Mm-hmm,
yeah, Desmond.
Yes, Desmond and I got drunk together. Did I say that out loud? Damn. Anyway, it was a Friday night thing that. Who we're blaming? Oh, we're blaming the Ozzy for it. That's who we're blaming. Yes, I forgot about that. Yes, we're blaming that bad Ozzy. Mr. Flamin' Blue Eyes himself. He was last year's big winner, by the way. There was there. That's Joni. No, it's Jody, actually. There's Echo. Echo's the one to the left. Jody's the one to the right. Jody's one of the judges. The guy in the far end he's a 2-star general who was in Space Command. I don't know this little chick right here, though.
Oh, she's the voice of Bart Simpson.
Oh, okay. See, you learn something new every day. I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
it's a great crowd up there, and look at the people surrounding these two, man. These are big people surrounding them. Oh, everybody around them got great careers, and they're in the middle of it. Yes, one's an author, one's an illustrator. People, I know it's a good-looking group. What can I say? I'm crying because I'm not in there. Damn, man, I feel heartbroken. I'm telling y'all, people, I feel heartbroken. Y'all just hanging. Oh, red carpet. I'm telling you, we're gonna get this guy married off, man. maybe we should pimp him out, make some money here. Saying, hey, wait, leave me alone now, man. Come on, calm down. Huh? That was at the gala, people. That picture you just saw there. There he is again. Look at him. Good-looking guy up there, taking care of himself. Well, you'd be nervous, right? Cindy, where are you from again? Oh, London. All right. Well, maybe you won't be nervous, but there's a lot of people looking at this guy right now. They had one rehearsal. I think it was on Thursday night, if I remember right, but was there two? But anyway, they had a rehearsal. And, oh, no, you mean, are they reading teleprompters? No. The speakers are, but the winners aren't.
Yeah, we had to write our own speeches, and I did not write the second speech because I wasn't sure whether or not I was going to win. And I was like, man, if I write the second speech, I kind of look like a jerk because it's like I'm presuming that I'm going to win. I mean, I felt good about my chances, but I was like, I don't really want to be that guy. So I was like,
well, but you already won the first one, so this is just an add-on, and it's a big deal, guys. Yeah, they gave him $5,000 with that trophy. Yeah, don't y'all wish y'all get $5,000? I know. Well, I mean, in the art world, $5,000 is nice, but it's not mega money, but it's a nice little chunk for you get to come hang out at LA and hobnob with all these people, and you get a $5,000 check. I don't even know how you can bitch about that. So yeah. Somebody in chat was griping about it. I'm like, really? How the hell can you bitch about that? Let's see what this one is. Oh, there's the bunch. Where are you at in here now? We got to find you.
I think I'm somewhere on the right. I think.
Let's see. There's Michael Talbot right there. We were talking about him earlier.
I'm in between the girl with the red hair and right
is
above.
That you right there?
That's me.
Okay, there he is. He's hidden in there, man. They stuffed him in there. Well, obviously they didn't do illustrators and writers, so they got y'all mixed up.
Yeah.
Uh, that's Joni we were talking about earlier. That's her. That is Emily. That's Emily Goodwin. That's John's wife, but she's the one who put all this together. And this is Miss who runs. What is her name now? Oh, I'm sorry. She's going to slap me when she sees me next year. She's the one that runs Author Services. And I always want to call her Joni too, or Joan. Anyway, I will get y'all her name because apparently Joe's getting senile in his old age. But this is great. I mean, this is Echo's husband, Pia Lazarus. And wait, I was telling you about Tom Wood. There he is, right there, the sexy bastard. He's hiding out. Yeah, it's yeah. I'm just saying he was. Of course, this is L. Ron Hubbard up here. If y'all don't know who that is, thank you, baby. It's Now there's a lot of great people. This is when I said Todd earlier. This is Todd right here. He's lovely. See, this is Dean over here. These two characters are well worth meeting right here. I'm just saying they're well worth meeting. Everybody there is well worth meeting, but these two characters are well worth it. So this guy and this guy and this guy, and I'm not in this picture because I'm not part of this. I'm press. While hanging out on one night, we were talking about that earlier in the show. But there's a lot of great people in this group, and there's a lot of fun people to talk to. Everybody here was proud to be here, and I got to say this, and you can answer this too because I don't know I can't say it from your side. I've been there for 3 seasons now, and I haven't heard any bitches. And last year, not last year, year before last, Tom and I and Echo invited everybody up to the suite, and we all got drunk. I mean, we got drunk. There was like 14 of us in there, and this suite. I had a nice suite, but nobody had a bitch, and because now they're loaded and it's over with. So if you've got a gripe, that's the time to say it. It's over, it's done. Everybody's got a nice buzz. The only thing that got me a little nervous is one of the contestants from last year or year before last said he wanted to ask his girlfriend to marry him on stage. As soon as he said, I said, Emily would have killed you. You know that, right? I said you'd have been dead, buddy. I said she'd killed you dead. We'd have heard a thump. What the hell was that? I said, I don't think that was going to fly, man. He said, really? I said, I don't think she would have appreciated it. But this is the good ones. Right. Well, you can't see what I'm pointing at. Sorry. This is the good ones right here. These are friends of mine. All of them are friends of mine. But this is John. Is a host, one of our hosts on the network. And he hosts Writers of Illustrators. He hosts their radio show. But everybody here, if you get to meet any of the bottom row and even part of the middle row, these judges are great. These class runners and judges are great. You will have a blast. They will work the bejesus out of you. So for you, you get there. So what do you think when you get there? So you get there, Zane's going, all right, I'm there. I get to just hang out, stay in a hotel room. I got a roommate, but we chill and get something to drink and listen to a couple people. They work the hell out of you, man. I was watching. They work the living hell out of you. Why don't you tell them a little bit about it?
Yeah, I thought that it was gonna be I thought it was gonna be a nice little chill thing. I get to explore LA. But no, every minute of every day was scheduled out like something to do. Like we had figure drawing classes, we had a ton of lectures to do, we had photo shoots, we had media stuff, we had book signings. There's so much stuff going on all the time. And at the time, I didn't ask for time off from my job. So basically, after everything, I would work my job at night and then wake up in the morning again the next day and just do that every day. There's a lot going on.
It was. I mean, I sat there and see, it was funny for me because the year before last, I spent a lot of time with the illustrators. This year, for some reason, I ended up spending a lot of time with the writers. But I sat in for one of Tom's classes, one of Echo's, and one of Michael Talbert's. And, I'm watching while they're talking. And this is true for all 3 seasons I've been here. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have to be there to understand. So they're in this room, this little area where they got a little stage up there and they talk. Sometimes they got models up there. Sometimes they don't. Echo likes to do models. But anyway, they usually will bring in a model every year. But regardless, anytime they're talking and doing stuff, if you look around the room, you will see every person in the room is drawing. Everyone. Well, no telling what it is. Some are doing it on paper. Some are doing it on their computers. But everybody is. It's a weird thing to watch. And they're watching and listening to whoever's on stage talking. I'm not talking about when they're doing the models. This isn't drawing the models. They're just doing, whatever concept that's being talked about on the stage, they're actually putting and transferring it onto their computers or paper. It's great to watch, especially when you can only draw stickmen. It's great to watch. And, I sit because I like to sit on the back, on the very back row where I guess it was like a bar at one time back there or something, because everybody sits down on the couches on the floors. And I love watching y'all. To me, watching y'all were more fun than watching the judges, because I'm friends with the judges, so I can call and ask them anything. But y'all were just great to watch. Oh, yeah, it was great, people. And again, the only way you're going to get to go there is if you win. I go there as press. No, I'm not going as a winner. Even though I'm about 10,000 words into a book right now, but it's going to be over their limit, so I won't get to submit it. Maybe I'll send it to Zaine. Zaine can do some artwork, and there's a bunch of stuff on this book. What do you mean, Jeannie? New banners? I'm not going to. No, that's cheesy. I'm sorry. Y'all can do new banners if y'all want to. What do you mean? I'm not going to ask some illustrators to make me new banners. They got way bigger fish to fry than worried about getting me some banners. Get the hell out of here with that. There's 36 of them, but they're all going after careers, and they want money, people. They're not playing around. These ain't. I'm working for 50-cent people. What the hell y'all thinking here? No, we'll do like we did last year. If y'all think we need new banners, we'll do just like we do every year for banners. You can either come in and make a banner for the show and get your own free show for a year if we use it, 1 hour for a year, or we do other things. We give away other stuff too. So yeah, I'm not, but no, that's something for y'all to do. Yes. You can even go use my PicMonkey account. Oh yeah, if I use PicMonkey, I'm talented. Oh yeah, now people. Oh yeah, I'm not talented like Zaine, but I got some talent to use PicMonkey because I ain't gonna draw. I just drag and drop. Oh, that's on my part. All right, no, we get some other pictures. I'm gonna shut up so we get some other pictures. No, I think Zaine can do quite well if you ask me. So Marsha is writing in from Washington D.C. Hey, out there in D.C. She wants to know, what is it you're looking to accomplish in your art, or where you're trying to go with it? Is it just about making money? Is it a fulfillment of something you need for your soul, or is it something else? Good question, by the way, girl.
Yeah, that's a great question. For me, it's very much a fulfillment of the soul sort of thing, where the jobs that I want and the places that I want to go and continue going up and reaching are all ways that it's like, I know if I work there, I'll be working with some of the best people, which means my skill gets up a lot faster because I'm under these people's guidance. So basically every step that I'm doing and all these companies I'm looking at aren't for the money. It's more for the ability to learn as much as I can, as fast as I can, because I think by the end of my career, I'd like to be able to, one for one, anything that I imagine, I can put on paper and I will be happy with it.
That's a good one. It's no, people, bottom line is, if you're good and you're talented, money will always come. You can chase the money if you want. I'm not going to lie. I know a lot of people. I never chased money. When I got in construction, I got into it because I had been in other businesses where I was just, general manager, a supervisor, stuff like that. It just didn't suit me. I just didn't like it for some reason. It wasn't the money. I was making excellent money, but it wasn't that. So I decided to get into business for myself. I like to starve the first 2 years. Oh yeah. Then my wife just had a kid right in the middle of that. Well, she was working, but still we were starving. And about the third year, it started taking off. And then the more I liked it, the more money I made. And these days I work more than I used to, but still, I always tell people, if you can do something you really like, you're going to be much happier in the long run. And it's usually going to be much more financially rewarding because you're putting your soul into it. It's a difference. No, that's him. That's the two winners. Yes. What do you mean it don't look like you? You need to go put some glasses on. Joe's rude. Of course Joe's rude. You've been listening to me a long time. I'm only nice to these guys when I'm out there. The big wigs again hanging out. Yeah. See, that with the big wigs, man. These are big wigs. That's Echo. Oh, Echo is hilariously. She is fabulous. She is. Her and I and Tom had some good times. That's all I can say. Well, no, the first year I met her old man didn't get to come with him. I think he was working. This year, he was there, so I got to meet him. So it was a little bit different. But what? No. Yeah. No, they're not a bunch of alcoholics. We drank. Usually, there's not time to drink. Is what the real problem is. Um, like this year, for some reason, I showed up early. I came in early. It was a Friday night, and I ran into I can't even remember his name now. I just call him the Australian anyway. And then we picked up a couple of others, and then we all went bar hopping from, I don't know, it was like midnight to 5 a.m. or something. Bars mostly close in LA around 2, by the way, though. So I don't know what to tell y'all. It's we had a lot of fun. Oh, this is more, huh? Okay, what I found down here. Hey, what was that?
Oh, that's just the ArtStation
Oh,
homepage.
okay, yeah, I
Yeah,
got you.
none of that's my work.
Yeah, I was looking. I said no. Well, it looked a little different to me. It looked, how can I say? It looked a little campier, actually. That's why I was asking. Well, I always ask first because I never know. I don't want to insult somebody. I was just clicking along when I seen it. So wait, I got to go back. How do you get back to home on here? Where the hell was I? Let's go find. Oh, there we were. That's where we were. And I think that was his last one right there.
Yeah, that was the last piece. It's my oldest piece that's in there.
See, and I see. I was looking at like when you do the sketches and all. Wait, let me get out of here. Y'all don't need to be reading my mail. It's well, no, that was just a letter from the person who booked it, Carmen, if y'all want to know. But I always like looking at the sketches, the raw sketches. I don't exactly know why, but for me, it's just something I like. I guess because when I was in the service, I read a lot of schematics, and I guess because of that, I've got this thing for sketches now, and it's a weird thing. I just like seeing what the product came from. I remember I don't know, I was 19 or 20. I was in the French Quarter. I just met my wife, and we were walking through the French Quarter, and we were looking for some of Larry Harris's work. Now, he's the guy who did The Devil and the Angels for Mardi Gras. It was about 10 years worth of these he did. And I was looking for some of his oil to see if I could buy one of his oil paintings. By the way, I was broke, people, so I was hoping it was going to be cheap. Now, this thing is like, I don't know, 4.5 foot, 5 foot tall, 2.5 foot wide. I found 3 of them. 2 of them were for sale, but the one he did where he's standing there, he's standing behind one girl in white as an angel, one girl in red as a devil, and Satan standing behind him with both his hands on their shoulders. It's a Mardi Gras poster for New Orleans. It's an outstanding piece if you get to see it. And he was selling for $37,000 because the artist had passed away. I was like, damn, a year early, and I got it for like $750. But it's great stuff. I mean, but reason I was bringing it up is because I had seen a lot of his original sketches before he did the oils. But all his posters was made from the oils. That's what they used to make the posters from. I was confused about how all that worked, to be honest with you. Carrie, no, Zaine can't submit again. Only once. You can only be winning one time, my friend. Sorry. You'd have to ask him about that. Oh, what do you mean? Oh, okay. Well, I'll ask him. Yeah, it's not a problem. Let me close this right quick. Louisa, where you at anyway? Louisa, New York. I kind of figured that's where you were from. She wanted to know. So doing artwork, we're going back to genres, but she wants to know, for you, if you get to pick, like it's like sci-fi or steam or punk or fantasy or any of this, what would you prefer to draw in? Because I know a lot of our author friends have a particular genre they like to write in. Is that true for artists?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I prefer high fantasy. I like the older stuff because you can get away with some really cool like painting techniques and like old stone and bone and stuff like that. And especially like the worn metal. I think that's something that I really enjoy painting. So I like to stay within the fantasy realm, but it just depends on the job most of the time. Like job to job, people require different things.
Christopher, no, he didn't. It's not about UFOs tonight. Christopher goes, what kind of UFO did he see? He wrote it in big, huge text. I was like, no, he didn't see a UFO. And texted, just so you know, UFO means unidentified flying object. It does not mean alien spacecraft. Neither does YAP. I still don't know why we call them YAP. That's just stupid. Oh, let's call them YAPs. Yeah, I think the government did that just to mess with you people. Come on, UFO sounds bad enough, but YAP sounds just stupid. You mean UFO artwork? You mean alien art? Oh, yeah, I wanted to ask you about that. Let's go. That's a whole different subject. But so lately, even some of the illustrators or authors, some of the artists I met at these different Writers of the Futures, some of them were doing the only way I could describe it is alien landscape. But it wasn't just the alien landscape. They were doing an alien sky with the alien landscape. So, like a picture the other day, the guy's doing it's a kind of orangish, kind of looks like the color shirt I'm wearing, planet, and it's got a bunch of stuff going on. But then he does this skyscape, kind of reminded me of when Jodie Foster seen the four stars merging together just before she landed on that planet. That was a great event, and you kind of use the same celestial event type thing. And the sky was really pretty, lots of colors in it. And then I've seen a lot of other ones. Is there something to drive in that, or is this just something people are doing just to do? I'm just curious because, like I said, I'm not an artist, and every now and then I notice things will run in phases. Like somebody starts it, and then a bunch of people follow suit. And I do find these scapes pretty, but I'm just not sure if it's being done for gaming, if it's done for self pleasure, or if it's just something people are doing. Any ideas?
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah, you good. No, you good. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, I guess it's just, it's a very case dependent thing. A lot of people are doing it for themselves, but I'm sure there's a fair amount that do it for games because a lot of games have designers that specifically design skies and stuff for their planets, which is pretty cool. I know World of Warcraft does that, like back in like 2006, 2007, when Burning Crusade came out, they had some really interestingly painted skies that were super unique.
See, that's stuff like that's weird to me, but I still like it. I know I picked up a taste for it. It was one of the games we were playing, some game where you could warp the planet to planet, but it would let you customize and design your own worlds from skies to grounds to all kind of stuff in between, which is cool. I did like the fact that it did let you do jump technology, and you had to be accurate. In other words, the computer didn't do it for you; you had to do it. And I died so many times the first year I had the game; it wasn't even funny, people. I'm not kidding you. I ran into planets. I smashed into suns. Anyway, we ain't going to get into that. I just died a lot of times. Just a lot of times. Well, when you first learn in a game, sometimes you can really screw it up. Right now, you mean me? No, I'm not gaming anything right now. No, I'm too busy. No, if I wasn't, I would be. I like gaming. I think it's a good stress reliever. I'm not going to hate on gamers. No, I used to play a lot. I mean, I played all kinds of stuff. What you mean? One of my, you know what? I hate to admit this on radio, but one of my favorites was Pebble Beach. I'm sorry, guys. It's a golf game. I know golf is so boring, but I like that one particular game. Now we were playing Star Wars and a bunch of other stuff at the time, but for some reason, I just liked this one particular golf game. It was good. It was fun. It was challenging. That's why it was challenging. Sony PlayStation, the first one. Yeah, that's what it was on. Pebble Beach is what it was called. Yes. Well, I don't need a game station anymore because I have an Apple Mac in here, which will play any game that they make or anything that will be played on Sony. You can play on the computer. Yeah. Well, Sony, and I don't know if y'all know this or not, but Sony's drives, what they use for like what plays their game, their disk drives, are the same ones in their computers. They're exactly the same. So you can play anything that you can play on one of their game stations on their computers. It's just you got more power. That's not necessarily true. Most of the time you'd have more power, but the new game stations have a lot of power. They're not what you would think of in the old days. There's, sometimes 16, 18 gigs of RAM in there, 64 gigs, I think, in the new one. So they're not, big chips, 4.0 stuff like that. They're serious. They're not just gaming stations. They can be serious computers, but they're gaming stations. 8 gig video cards, things like that, 16 gig. I mean, they're serious gaming stations now. Yeah, and if you're going to game, you're going to have fun. You enjoy it. Well, it's fun. I just don't like paying $1,000 for a gaming station. That's all. Man, I can get a beast of a computer for $1,000. Even in today's market, I can. What's that? Creatures. So Stephanie's writing in. Stephanie, where are you writing in from? San Diego, California. How are they in San Diego? How are you doing? Mythical creatures. Oh, so she says, have you done any artwork like a mythical creatures like from that J.K. Rowling's new series she's got out? Those 3 new movies she's got out. Is that what you're talking about? Yeah, mythical beasts like that. Have you got into anything like that or drawn anything like that?
Yeah, I've drawn all sorts of creatures. I mean, one of my favorite things to draw are like monsters and creatures. I had like this salamander creature that I had a while ago. It was like some aquatic ambush predator that had this coral structure that grew out of its head like bone, and it kind of lured fish in, and then it would eat them. That was a pretty cool one. And way back when, I think in like freshman year of college, just a couple of years ago, I did like some paintings of, like skinwalkers and stuff because I thought those were really cool.
Yeah, well, that's some cool stuff to be painting right there, or should be drawing, I should say. All that stuff is fun because I just like looking at it. It's a lot of fun to look at or to talk about. I notice a lot of pieces you can discuss these days. And wait, what's that, Marky? Marky, dude, it says Marky Mark. You like the artist Marky Mark? Is that this? Because if it is, I'm going to give you 5 tons of crap about it. So you better not say it is. Anyway, Marky Mark, where are you from? You're from Disney World? Well, nice to see you down in Orlando, Florida. Well, you're not too far from our guest. He's in, where you at? Sarasota, right?
Yeah, Sarasota, about 2 hours out from Orlando.
What do you mean on the way, Sarasota? No, I'm not even going to, just never mind. Well, I'm glad you're down there in Disneyland having fun. Yes, that's all I can tell you. English people, no, let me rephrase that because every time I say English, we get this crazy stuff. American, yes. How's that? I got to tell my Brit friends that all the time because we have different words. Our words mean different things. If you've never talked to a Brit before, Aussies aren't that bad, but Brits, a lot of their words mean different things than our words do. Y'all will find that if you talk to them long term. I got a lot of friends over in the UK and in England, and they speak just like us. It's just some of their words have different meanings. You'll find out. Just go talk to them. Yeah, it's a little bit crazy. And if you talk to anybody from Scotland, I got some friends from Scotland. I never know that. I got a bad accent. I'm not going to deny I should never pick on anybody with an accent, but I ain't got nothing like this. Like, I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, stop. Let's try this again. Let's go real slow. Now, what the hell are you telling me, man? It sounds like something from a Boggy Creek monster. Some shit just crawled out of there. Johnny's asking, have you ever done any of the cryptozoology stuff? Johnny, what do you mean I know what you mean by cryptozoology, but I mean, is there something particular like El Chupacabra or Bigfoot or something like that? I mean, is there something particular you're asking? Well, cryptozoology can mean a lot of things.
I mean, for me, it was like skinwalkers. I was like really into skinwalkers. They're super cool. You ever heard of like a Navajo skinwalker? Like these medicine men that turn into wolves, but also turn into these. I
spent 3 weeks out on the Skinwalker Ranch.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you about that one time. It's that's interesting stuff to draw on itself. See, things like that is if you do them well, can put you back because they can make people look and go, that looks a bit scary. Maybe not scary. Then it looks a little bit scary. I don't know. You know what, Carol, where are you from? Where is no men in here tonight? What's going on? Where are you from, Carol? Yeah, no, I don't know what that means. You like were writing in jibber jabber or something? What? Okay, I know UK. What part of the UK are you in? UK is a big place. Well, it's not just England. Well, I mean, you should know that if you're from the UK. Oh, you're in Edinburgh. So technically, okay, well, we'll leave that alone. Anyway, I know where you are, but so anyway, what about horror? Go back to the horror question. That's the one I'm most interested in. Oh, okay, I got you. Well, y'all need to like spell check them before you post them because when I read them, it's like jibber jabber sometimes. So anyway, she wanted to know when it comes to horror, do you draw stuff to scare yourself or to try to scare somebody else, or you just draw it because that's what you feel like drawing at the time, or painting at the time, or using a computer?
Yeah, most of the time when I do horror stuff, it's either just because I think it's cool or because it's something that the job requires. Like generally, like a job will be like, hey, we need this sort of spooky thing that plays off of this fear, or this weird like giant monster that has a bunch of guys coming out of his guts, like that sort of thing. It's just based on the job most of the time.
Now here's some cryptozoology you can sketch right here. Tell him, I am the evil black alien. I was going to say gray alien, but since she's black, we'll just say black. She's an extraterrestrial, people. She's my own pet extraterrestrial, yes. Look at her. I mean, how else do you think an alien's supposed to look, people? It's, what's that, Mike? Oh, finally, a guy that writes in. Hey, Michael, how you doing? Where you are, Michael? I thought you were angry, but you're not. Obviously, I can tell by your text. Where are you from, my friend? Brazil. What's going on down in Brazil? How's you doing down there, man? I bet you it's hot down as it is here, huh? I bet you it is. Okay, no, it's a fair question. So, Michael wants to know, what is it? What was it when you were a young man or young? Because he's still a young man. So anyway, when you were a kid, what was it that made you think, first off, that you could draw? And what was the real? What was it that woke up in you and said, okay, I'm going to do this. This is what I'm going to do. Because somewhere you had to have an awakening moment where you decided, all right, I'm going to go for this. And I'm just curious. Well, he's more curious than I am to what it was.
Well, for me, like one of the things that got me into art in the first place was video games. Like I was really into World of Warcraft when I was a little kid, and seeing like some of the loading screens and the paintings on there, I thought were like super, super cool. I'm like, I wish I could do this. So I just kind of, at the age of like, I don't know, like 7-ish, I started working on like drawing and stuff. I mean, it was terrible because I was a little kid, but
somewhere.
Over time, it just kind of improved. And then you get down a rabbit hole where it's like, oh, now that I've seen all this cool stuff, I want to see what inspired these people. And you go all the way back to like old master painters and stuff. It's really interesting.
Yeah, no, it is. I can actually truly understand that. Was that good for you, Michael? It's good for us. I'll stop picking on y'all tonight. Oh man, I'm sorry. Hey, y'all messenger people are weird, is all I can tell y'all. You two people aren't as weird as the messenger people are, but y'all are all weird, just in case you didn't know. Well, no. Well, all right, Gene. Stop. You're like texting at warp speed. All I can see is this thing zipping by. Oh, okay. No, I can go with that. So Gene said, Gene, are you a guy or a girl? Because I mean, it could be either name. I'm curious. It doesn't matter, but I am curious. Girl. Okay. I just wanted to make sure. Gene's actually writing in from sunny California and San Diego. And she wanted to know, is there any way you could take any inspiration for what's going on in Russia and the Ukraine right now? An interesting question. I don't know what it means, but it's interesting.
Take inspiration?
Yeah, I guess from doing art. I'm not sure what you would be drawing.
Yeah, I don't think I do any like political art or anything like that. I mean, the situation's really like dire there. It's really bad. I'm aware of it, but I don't know if I'd be really doing any art like based off of it. I know there's a lot of artists that do though. A lot of artists, especially Eastern European artists, that are really into doing art based on the current situation and satirizing Putin or doing whatever.
People, y'all better watch picking on Putin. I'm just, every now and then, people who pick on Putin just disappear. Yeah, I don't know if you want to make Putin angry. He's a little strange, and we'll leave it at that. Actually, Jack was doing that earlier. I got a bunch of stuff in for Friday's show. You talking about the political show? Yeah, we got tons of stuff. Oh no, you can email me at iCarCox.net. But there's 3 hosts going to be on this week, and then maybe 4 next week. Yeah, so it's a 2 to 3 hour show, depending on what we're doing. Yeah, just come on by. It's 9 to 11 on thing. Anybody who sees this, or anybody, I'm gonna get Zaine to give out his email now, where y'all can find him and stuff like that. But get in touch with him if you're looking to get something done. Well, he sounds pretty busy, so if you got a project, you might want to write to him and see when he's got time to do it. Well, I know we get a lot of people who are always requesting something for their radio station or for this, that, or the other thing. And matter of fact, just the other night we had a host on from a different network, and she was saying they were looking to redo all of their featured artwork for the station. That's a lot of work. That's a lot of different pieces of work. Well, because for stations like these, we're not just. I mean, we do news and politics and all of that stuff, and we even have religious shows and music shows, but we also do paranormal, ufology. We do a lot of other stuff. So the station itself is considered variety because there's so much on it. And since we swing so many spectrums, trying to make a poster or a banner for this network is hard because it has to encompass so much stuff and still look serious at the same time. It's not an easy thing to do. I'm just saying it's not an easy thing to do. Hey, Chris, this is for you. Watch what comes up on the video screen. Boop. You see that? Shh. Yeah, shh. There you go. You didn't see that skull telling you shh. There it goes again. Yes, there you go. That's just how that is. Oh, here, I'll send you some aliens to come visit you, make you feel better. We got about time for about 4 more questions. Who else is up in here? Oh, all right. Well, that's fair. Who is that? Oh, Elmond. Am I saying that right? Elmond. Yeah, Elmond. Okay, I got you, Elmond. So, what's your question? Oh, what made him submit to Writers of the Future? Well, that's a fair question. What made you decide to submit to Writers and Illustrators of the Future? Where did you even see it, for that matter?
Well, from school, I kind of figured it out. They sent out a little letter that was like, "Hey, these are some things that you could apply to make some scholarship money." So they had that in there, and I was like, "Oh, this seems really cool," and it seems right up my alley because I'm a fantasy illustrator. A lot of competitions and scholarships usually require like a fine arts portfolio, but this one specifically required a fantasy portfolio, which was really interesting to me, and that's kind of why I applied.
Well, no, that sounds interesting in itself because anything that's different. Fine arts is all great and dandy and fabulous and stuff because there's a lot of great art out there, but there's so much more in the world today that put into illustrations. I mean, it's just so much. When I was growing up, there was a lot, but now there's just a lot more. Oh, and by the way, for all you moms and dads that tell your kids that gaming's going to rot their brains, I've met quite a few of them that are making good money these days. And I'm not talking about chicken shit money. I'm talking about good money. Most of the gaming companies will bring you on between $100,000 and $125,000 first time. If you got experience, you can make 3 or 4 times that. Yeah, so if you're good, not if you're just some normal everyday butthole. If you're Beavis or Butthead, you need not apply. And really and truly, though, if you have real talent, most of these companies are looking for it. It used to be that before the invention of the internet, it was hard for artists to really even for authors, it was a lot harder to get your work out there. I mean, there wasn't as many ways. Today, you can win a contest, you can go on radio shows, you can go on TV, you can blast it all across the world, and somebody you never know who's going to see it and decide, hey, I want this guy, this girl to come do my work. And really, it's what it's about. And I'm hoping Zaine gets rich and famous. Jane, just remember us when you get rich and famous, man. Don't forget about us little people. And well, you never know. He might be doing the artwork. Oh yeah, Strange New Worlds, huh? Ooh yeah. Star Trek's always looking for concept art. Ooh yeah, they are too. Yeah, I was watching the producer the other night. What was he on? He was on one of them goofy shows. Was it Will Wheaton show? Anyway, he was on one of them talking about the need for artists. And the guy said, well, you need actors. He said, no, we got plenty of actors, morons. I mean, these are points. But artists and stories is stuff they're looking for. So it doesn't matter what is TV, regular television, sci-fi. There's so much stuff you can submit to all these gaming companies. There's a lot of gaming companies now. There's a lot of competition. Yeah. What do you mean? No, Chinese artists are not coming to the United States by the droves. I don't know who told you that. No. Because they draw it differently. Oh, you mean Japanese artists? No, that's not true either. Who's telling you this stuff? Most countries don't have enough artists as it is for the amount of, before entertainment came along, you didn't need a lot of artists. Today, think about it, people. TV's running 24/7, 7 days a week. There are literally thousands of shows running nonstop 24 hours a day. All of these shows need stories and art. All of them. I mean, so even news shows need stories and art. Everybody does. So it's just stuff out there. Well, you got to make up your mind what you want to do, Jennifer, and pick a direction and go after it. Or blanket. I mean, maybe you can ask Zaine. Maybe you can go out and blanket a bunch of companies and hope you get a job that way. Submit your portfolio. Zaine, what was the easiest way for you to get a job? That's what she keeps asking me. Ask Zaine what's the easiest way for him to get it, for an artist to get a job. Wait, let me rephrase that. What's the easiest way for a starving artist to get a job?
Well, I think one of the best ways to do it is to look at what companies you really, really like and make fan art and build a portfolio that sort of tailors itself to these companies, and then you apply to these companies. And then also do a blanket thing where you just apply to a bunch of smaller studios, and eventually that'll lead you up to bigger studios, that sort of thing.
There you go, guys. That's how you do it. Well, I'll tell you this. Some of the judges I met work for like the NFL, the golf leagues, the baseball leagues. Yeah. Big beverage companies, stuff like that. Automobile companies. Oh, yeah. Do you know how much an automobile company will pay for artwork? Or a Walmart? Any of these people. This isn't chicken money. This is real money, people. Sometimes this is enough money for you to live on for the next 2 or 3 years. Oh, that's the difference. Well, no, you can't expect that right out the gate. I mean, unless you're just like this ungodly, fabulous audience, you might be. Who keeps pinging me? Might be this fabulous audience, but for most people, you just have to work your way up, get your portfolio built, start moving along. If you're really, really talented, more than likely you'll get picked up pretty fast. I know I've talked to 6 of the 12 illustrators that have gotten jobs already from Writers of the Future. 6. And I think 3 or 4 the authors have too. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the advantages to winning this thing. Yeah. And then you still have this as part of your portfolio that you did win Illustrators. Zaine gets to brag, double brag, because he won the big one. Yeah, he won the whole contest. Yeah, not just best for the month or best for the quarter. Yeah, but you can submit 4 times a year. Yeah, every quarter you can submit. Yeah, matter of fact, when they were wrapping up Writers of the Future, they were wrapping up one of the next quarters at the time. Yeah, these people are busy like you wouldn't believe busy. What do you mean? Oh, you mean all the people? I'll tell Emily you said that. So you mean all the people at Galaxy Press and at Author Services are skinny? Well, I'll tell them you all said that. Yes, I'm sure they'll appreciate that. I'm not touching that with a 10-foot pole. I'm friends with all these people. I'm not even going there. You can say whatever you want to say. Everybody I met was super sweet and super nice. Matter of fact, I don't know how they treated Zaine, but they went out of their way to treat me nice. How were you treated, Zaine? Did they like you? Did they be nice to you?
I mean, I was treated very, very well. It was really, really nice. I mean, they took care of me pretty well. So I'm happy. I'm very grateful for what they've done.
Did you go on a tour at Author Services?
Yeah, they took us on a tour through the place. It was really interesting. I mean, it looked like an old place. Like it was like had old bones, but it was like beautiful inside. Really nice.
Oh yeah, all that hardwood. They paid big money for that stuff whenever they had to put in. It's that's a lot of wood in there. You guys, y'all seen pictures of it. I've had it on different shows. I've posted it and stuff like that. It's a very, no, it's a pretty place. Mm-hmm. Now, if you get to go in there, and idiots, and you go in there to get this fabulous cappuccino machine in there. This damn machine looks like it costs more than my car does. I mean, the thing is huge. It's beautiful. Get them to make you some cappuccino. Oh, it's oh my God, it's delicious. They got me spoiled. Well, the first year Tom and I went on a private tour. And so they made us some really good coffee and hooked us up and things like that. And then, and right in the middle of it, John called me to go do a lecture. So I was like, damn. So this year I actually got to sit and enjoy my thing. And I met some very interesting characters. And one night on the show, I'll actually talk about it. It was a very interesting experience in itself. What is that? Bobby Wheat. Bobby what? Is that your name, Bobby what? Mm-hmm. You must drive your wife crazy with Bobby what, right? Bobby what? No, okay. Anyway, where are you from, Bob? Oh, another New Yorker. Oh, we're infested with New Yorkers tonight. I know. What am I going to do? Anyway, what's your question, man? I can give you New Yorkers trouble if I want to. What? I'm going to move on. You ready to tell me your question? Oh, okay. Oh, no, so he's wanting to know, since you live down in Sarasota, do you try to do any work for like the Disney companies or anything like that? Because, we all know Disney's like owns half of Florida.
Yeah, I mean, I've applied to work for them. I've never actually worked for them, but I've applied to work for them, and I'm waiting to hear back to see what they're thinking.
You would think they need just tons of illustrators, not just for the parks. I mean, for everything else they're involved with. Tell them, let you do some illustration on Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes.
Yeah, actually, I have a buddy that works with this company called Happy Mushroom who work on The Mandalorian, which is pretty cool. He's a lighting artist and a 3D modeler for them.
I like Mandalorian, by the way. Oh, let's
Yeah,
not get all of this, people. Obi-Wan, Mandalorian, and the Book of Boba Fett. No, just no.
yeah,
No.
he actually works on Obi-Wan as well. He didn't work on the Book of Boba Fett, which Book of Boba Fett not that good, but he got to work on Obi-Wan and Mandalorian.
Yeah, somebody yesterday was telling me they felt disappointed by the Book of Boba Fett. I said, well, I mean, it was only 5 episodes anyway, or 6, wasn't it? I said, I don't know. I said, it didn't really strike a chord with me, but maybe some new writing and it'll come back. I actually liked Mandalorian. Only thing I didn't like about Mandalorian was when the Goofy took his helmet off and he was a little dope boy. But other than that,
Yeah.
I was fine with it. Well, maybe he put his helmet back on, so we're all right. But still, it was a little disappointing. I'm looking for hey, this is kill a guy underneath here, But still, I mean, it was hard to put that face with the guy he was. That's all. But anyway, we're all past that now. We've moved on. And besides, you got to love Grogu, so everybody loves Grogu. So I mean, you can't. The new Yoda, yeah, and no, Obi-Wan's been interesting. It's just there's a lot of haters on Obi-Wan because they're screwing with canon and stuff like that. So I just stay out of those. The only disappointment I would say I had with Obi-Wan is I felt Obi's kind of a wimpy little wuss. But I figured that's just to show where he is right now, and that'll change. Because we all know Obi-Wan when he didn't kill Anakin, when he maimed Anakin, and when he fought Darth Vader later on. So we know who Obi-Wan really is. It's just right now he's kind of floating, we'll say, and leave it at that. So we'll see where it goes. I'm not going to hate until I see where it goes. Now, if this is something that they're going to keep on a trend with, they'll lose all their followers. Yeah, that's just how it is. I like Obi-Wan. I like the actor. I think that, I'm not exactly sure why they drug Darth Vader into this. And I noticed just recently Disney put out a thing saying, well, we're not sure why we drug Darth Vader into this either. Because there's lots of places Obi-Wan can go. And there's lots of things he can do. I mean, there's another, 20 years before he goes and gets Luke, or 30 years. So there's lots of things he can be doing. And then for some reason, people are hating on the Leia thing. I'm not even sure what that's about. No, because people, he never met Princess Leia. Well, I remember in the original movie when she's saying, "You're our last hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi." So obviously she met him somewhere. So that's what I'm saying. Y'all can't hate. Pay attention. But see, that's the thing today. Anytime something new comes out, there's always this, oh, I like it, but oh no, I hate it at the same time. You either like it or you hate it, people. Zane, you watch any of the Star Treks? Yeah, he does kind of look like the Spock guy. I agree.
No, I've never seen Star Trek. I've always been more of a Star Wars kind of guy.
What sacrilege? Oh, they coming for you, man. They coming for you. Pitchforks and all. You better hide, man. Star Wars, I like both of them. I like both of them. I enjoy Star Wars and Star Trek. I'm not a big fan of Discovery, mind you, because, all right, real fast. Discovery is just not Star Trek. It's good sci-fi. If you just want to watch sci-fi, that's what it is. It's sci-fi. But as far as Star Trek, no, I guarantee you, Gene Roddenberry's rolling over his grave every time they call that shit Star Trek. I guarantee it. It's just not Star Trek. Strange New Worlds, that's Star Trek. Mm-hmm. That's typical TOS Star Trek. Well, I'm just glad to see, and I'm just glad to see that Disney has decided to expand the Star Wars universe. I mean, how about you, Zane? Are you glad to see them, branching out from just not movies anymore, but to some series?
Yeah, I mean, I'm really, really interested. I wish they stuck with the canon from the books and the comics, because they had some really cool stuff, especially like later on with like the Yuzong Vong, which were these like dudes that flew in these giant like biological spaceships and took over most of the galaxy. It was really cool.
Yeah,
but they're not doing that.
They're for some reason now, and it doesn't matter what you're watching, Star Trek, Star Wars, or anything in between, they feel the need to try to rewrite everything. And Z-Geners aren't stupid people. I got a lot of friends that are Z-Geners. They're not stupid. And they actually know what canon is as well. Yeah, movie producers forget sometimes that the younger people are actually watching a lot of the stuff that the older people have already watched. Most people who watch Star Wars have watched all 9 movies now. And so they have an idea of what Star Wars canon is. No, Ray. You mean Ray? Yeah, she was one of my favorite characters. I'm not gonna lie, I liked Ray. I didn't think she. I think she could have been used better, but I liked Ray. Yeah, she's a good character. You mean versus Luke? She met Luke, doofus. And Luke was a Jedi Master. Ray was just began becoming a Jedi. So I don't think it'd have been as big a fight as you think it would have been. Yeah, I like them both. Yes, I don't see why you got to pick one. Zane, do you think you have to pick one favorite character in Star Wars?
You don't have to, but if you want to, you can.
Well, who's yours? Oh, see, Zane's got a favorite character. Okay, well, who's yours then, man? I want to know now.
I got a few. I really like Dirge and I really like General Grievous. Both of them are super cool.
I actually forgot about General Grievous. It is.
Yeah. Because I don't know if you know about Dirge. He's from the comics. He's like this big, like, he's sort of like General Grievous in a way, where he's just like this big suit of armor, but he's full of these like worms that make up his entire body. Super cool. He's like a bounty hunter.
That's the thing. There's so many characters in Star Wars to like or to dislike. Oh no, Jack, that's Solo. No, I know what you're talking about. No, that's the movie Solo, where he meets. Yeah, that's Solo, Goofus. That's where he meets the Wookiee at. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, no, that's not. Han Solo already knew Chewbacca. That's where he met Chewbacca when they went to go. Yeah, when they broke him out of jail. That's where he met him at. And that's what, at least that's what the movie paints. You know, remember, people, every movie we're talking about, there's a book associated to. I remember there's a book associated to everyone. Go read it for yourself. The problem with books it's like Dune. Dune's a great book, but it's hard to take that book and translate that into a movie. It's huge.
Yeah.
So those make it hard. And no, I was happy with the original. It just left out a lot of things from the book. You mean this one? Have you seen the new Dune? Have you caught it yet? It's a little weird.
Yeah, I saw a couple. I saw like a couple hours of the movie. I know the movie's 3 hours long.
Yeah, it's long.
So I've seen a bit of it. And I really like it. It's cool.
Yeah, the first hour and a half is slow, so you got to kind of skip the first hour and a half. But all the good stuff happens. Like in the guy who's remaking it, all the good stuff happens in part 2. And he's making it a 2-part movie, which is probably a good idea. But I always liked it because what was this Patrick Stewart when he said something about going like a wild ass going to work in the desert or something? But I just love that line for some reason. It just stuck with me. All right, Carol. All right, look, I'll give y'all 2 more minutes since we're on these favorite topics things. So you got a couple questions that came in. What is your favorite sci-fi movie? Your favorite sci-fi series? Do you prefer DC over Marvel? I mean, these people done went off on you now.
I mean, personally, I prefer DC over Marvel. I really like Bane. I think Bane's a super cool villain.
Oh, yeah. We're friends right there. Zane and I are friends right there.
Yeah.
DC people. Look, I'm not hating on Marvel. Marvel makes great movies. So, okay, real quick. The difference between Marvel and DC. Marvel's movies outsell DC's movies, okay? Then Marvel's makes great movies, even though their last 2 kind of sucked. DC makes great movies, but they make better series. And not just that, they have better comics. They have better television series. I mean, right now they have, I think it's 19 series running. Yeah, not including the Green Arrow. And I think Green Arrow just went off, but Flash is still there. Legends DC, I think, just went off here, but there's tons of other ones. And I'll say this, because I don't like getting on these topics on these shows, but if you watch DC's Legends of Heroes, they did something. They did a woke show without actually sticking it in your face woke. Everything that the woke wants incorporated into a movie, they did without actually irritating the people watching it. Everybody should watch it and learn a lesson from that. Oh, yeah, everybody should learn a lesson from that. They managed to do this without offending anyone. And every other movie or television series I've seen that's tried to do this has failed miserably, including Discovery. Yeah, they failed miserably. So pay attention. You might learn something. I enjoy, look, I like sci-fi, people. I can't help it. I'm a sci-fi geek nerd freak. I am. Just who I am. Fantasy. Marsha, real quick before we go, what do you mean by fantasy? Fantasy can be a lot of things. It can be a lot of things. Okay, well, anyway, Oh wait, you want Mission Earth? I got one copy of Mission Earth left. I'll tell you what I will do. I got this one right here. I might have two, but if you can tell me when ICAR, the International Community for Alien Research, was founded, I'll send you this book. Just write to my address at icarcox.net. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now, if you can tell me, you're not going to be able to look it up on the web. No, you're not. But there are some people on the web that do know. Some of our directors know. Some of our friends know. Some of the people we do conferences with know. Ask around. I'll give you a couple of days. It's there. Unless somebody else wins it on something else, it's there. Zaine, any parting words? Oh, give me your email and that way you can find it, because I know we got to get out of here, but I'm yapping away about other stuff.
Oh yeah, do you want me to type it in the chat, or do you want me to just?
Oh, just tell them. So to go over the internet, because it's going to go over all 8 of our video feeds, and currently you got about 2.6 million listeners. So let them all know about it. So hey, we love y'all and we hug y'all, but let them know where you're at if they want to find you, and website too.
All right. So if you want to check out my work, you can check it out at zainel.artstation.com. That's going to be ZAINEL.ARTSTATION.com. zainel.artstation.com. And if you want to email me with any inquiries, you can email me at zlodhi@c.ringling.edu. So it's going to be ZLODHI at c.ringling.edu. So that'll be my email. Feel free to message me like questions or just inquiries for business, that sort of thing. Please don't send me a bunch of DC stuff or like a bunch of crazy, like just regular conversational stuff, because it's my work email and I don't want it to get too flooded.
So be serious is what he's telling you. I'll be rude because he's nice. Sending serious inquiries only is the best way to say that. What?
Yes,
What do you
please.
wait? What? Who is what? And what do you mean Scientology is going to eat me? They wouldn't want to eat me. I'm old and stringy and tough, and they wouldn't be spitting me out. I don't know what you're talking. They might eat Zaine because he's all tender and stuff, but they're not eating me, man. They'd be like, oh no, get that old bastard out of here. But guys and girls, we really got to go. So it was Zaine. Zaine was on with us tonight. Be sure to check him out. Go look at his website. Look around and see what you see. If you're looking for somebody to do some serious work, get in touch with him. I know like we talked at the beginning of the show, he's a little busy, but if you have a proposal or something, we're talking about serious stuff. We're not talking about drawing your grandma's picture. Okay. No, really, we're talking about work related stuff. She don't want to get paid and he's not cheap. So cheap and easy. That's not going to help y'all at all. But write to him but serious inquiries, because I bitch about this all the time when people just chit chat, want to write and chit chat, and they get their feelings hurt when I don't write back because I'm busy. On average day, I can get anywhere from 3,000 to 10,000 emails. So I got people that go through and just click for what's important, and other people who answer other stuff. Certain things, anything dealing with the radio station itself or work related to that, or any of the research projects I'm working on, that'll be sent to me, but everything else goes through them. So be careful, and they're very protective of me. So be careful you don't piss them off. What I would like to order a UFO. I would like a UFO, red and yellow, a little chocolate sundae on top of it. I'll be a happy camper. Unidentified flying Sunday. There we go. That works for me. But we got to go seriously, guys. The Outer Realms is coming up next. I'm sure Michelle is already cussing me. That bastard Joe's getting into my airtime. That's Michelle DeRoche and Emilia Passano. They host the Out of Realm. Dun, 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 dun. Who is their guest tonight? I guess we could be nice and flash their banner across the screen. There we go. Guest Todd Johnson and Brett Engelberger. There you go. The new documentary, Flash of Beauty, Bigfoot revealed. Bigfoot? Man, I'm not on their show. What the hell are they talking about? Anyway, we got to go, guys. Zaine, thank you. You were great. I had a great time with you. Hopefully you win. I'll get to see you on the big steps at the Hollywood. Zaine's going to win it all, people. I'm not talking about this. He's going to get a good job out there. He's good looking too. So, as an artist, I might give him a job acting. So you never know. Hollywood, Florida. Oh no, people. Florida, New Orleans, and Atlanta is Hollywood South. And they're actually producing more movies here than they're in LA anymore. So he's a good looking guy. He's also got talent. You never know.
All right. Thank you so much for having me on.
Thank you, man. And good night, guys and girls. Remember, stay tuned for the Alley Round, man. Give Michelle a big hug for us. And don't forget to vote. We will start in July 1st. We will be voting. So we're up. Let me see. UFO Undercover, it's The Centralist, The Outer Realm, Chasing Prophecy, and Writers of the Future are all up for podcast awards this year. Be sure to go vote starting January 1st. And you can get sick of hearing me say this, but vote. I got runner-up last year. I want to win, people. That you want to hear me bitch all year, I want to win. On that note, good night, and I'll see y'all next week.
Good night.